Paradise is the only word that comes close to describe Mercado La Boqueria. Wouldn't you agree, Harish?
Absolutely, this place is a food lover's dream.
Remember that old saying we used to laugh at? So many food stalls, so little time.
Oh yes, this is definitely the place that saying was coined for. Every corner of Boqueria presents a new culinary delight.
Indeed. Starting from the gem-studded pomegranate stalls to rustic jamón bar, up to the bustling seafood counters. It's an enticing labyrinth of flavors.
I can't wait to dive into these inviting aisles of deliciousness. The vibrant colors, the diverse smells, the chatter of locals and vendors. It's like walking into an opera of food.
And you can't ignore the history that permeates every nook and cranny. This place is literally bursting with stories, both old and new. It's a feast not only for your stomach, but for your senses.
I look at Barcelona, and it's like looking at a beautiful, intricate tapestry of culture, and Mercado La Boqueria is a major thread in that fabric. It's a testament to Barcelona's rich past and its vibrant present.
I'm so excited to delve deeper into this market, exploring not only its food, but also its tales that are freshly served in each and every stall.
One can just feel the energy flowing in and out of Mercado La Boqueria. It's like a pulsating heart, attracting food connoisseurs like us into its captivating symphony of flavors and stories.
Mercado La Boqueria didn't just happen, right? It took years of passionate dedication and cultural evolution to make it what it is today.
Absolutely. Barcelona itself has a vibrant history. It's a city that breathes history. The same heritage flows within the veins of Mercado La Boqueria.
You're right. This place carries the aroma of the past, a perfect merge between the old and the new. And it's not just about food. People came here, and still do, for social gathering, to get their daily groceries, to share life itself.
Couldn't agree more. It all started back in the 13th century, with tables laid out near the old gate of the city where meat was sold. Over the years, it became a melting pot of flavors and cultures. And with time, it morphed into the thriving hub we see today. Frankly, this place is a testament to Barcelona's rich culinary legacy.
That kind of rich history is hard to ignore. Each stall, each vendor, they have stories to tell. Stories that are woven into the very fabric of this market.
So true. It's like walking through a living, breathing history book. And to think how this place has continued to evolve, adapting to the changing tastes and preferences while still keeping its innate identity alive, it's awe-inspiring.
You know, Harish, Mercado La Boqueria is more than just a bustling marketplace. It's a vibrant tapestry of cultural diversity.
Absolutely, Sofia. And it's beautiful how the market seems to serve as a common gastronomic language, transcending cultural barriers.
A language weaved with culinary threads of both local and exotic flavors. Numerous generations of vendors, each contributing their unique element, have made Mercado La Boqueria the culinary kaleidoscope it is today.
Speaking of which, have you noticed how beautifully balanced it is? On one hand, it faithfully preserves traditional Spanish gastronomy, and yet it extends an inviting hand towards global tastes and ingredients.
Exactly. The exotic touch is courtesy of their well-curated imported stalls.
And I think their inclusion not only widens the market's flavor palette, but also challenges locals and tourists alike to venture beyond their comfort zone.
Have you ever thought about the organic stalls here, Harish? I am quite curious on how they source their produce.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. I have always presumed it to be grown locally, given the incredible freshness of the ingredients. Yet, it intrigues me how such a bustling market manages to keep up with the demand relying solely on local farms.
Don't forget the sustainability factor, Harish. Organic farming often advocates sustainable practices and contributes to the preservation of local flora and fauna. It's a beneficial loop.
That's an excellent point, Sophia. It's like the heart of the city owes its pulsating rhythm to both the tradition it represents and the global influences it embraces, much akin to Barcelona itself.
Harish, have you ever wondered why Spanish cuisine is so unique?
I believe it's the ingredients in their preparation, Sophia. There's a certain level of respect given to both the ingredients and the traditional cooking methods.
You're absolutely right. Take tapas, for instance. It's not merely a dish, but an entire culture embedded in Spanish society, where sharing the meal is often more important than the meal itself. And the fantastically versatile ingredient base only adds to its charm.
It feels like a veritable palette of flavors comes to life, right, Sofia? Tapas does have a way of enticing your palate with its myriad textures and flavors.
Indeed, Harish. The elements are so meticulously integrated that the end product is a perfect harmony. Talking about meticulously chosen ingredients, it reminds me of paella. It's quite charming how a mix of local produce and seafood, cooked in a broad, shallow pan, creates such a delicious feast.
I see, so it's all about finding harmony and balance in placing different elements together. Sofia, could you share more about the iconic jamón?
Oh, jamón! Aged for up to 3 years, this dry-cured ham encapsulates the very essence of Spanish flavors. And don't get me started on the matured Spanish cheeses.
Oh yes, from the smoky Idiazabal to the piquant Cabrales blue cheese, it's a journey worth delving into.
True. A journey of exploring not only the taste, but also the tradition and history associated with it. Yet, there's always room for discovery when it comes to food. Wouldn't you say, Harish?
You bet, Sofia, that's what traveling and food exploration is all about. Leaving no stone unturned, no dish untasted. Interesting how you incorporated the essence of Spanish cuisine into our conversation, Sofia. I'm curious, what would you say represents the pinnacle of seafood culture in Catalonia?
Oh, where do I even begin, Harish? The seafood varieties alone are splendid, from shellfish, whitefish, oily fish, to all the delectable creatures that inhabit the local waters. Certainly, certain markets, like Mercado La Boqueria, have entire sections dedicated to this.
That's quite fascinating, Sofia. There isn't a lot I know about seafood culture, but it doesn't surprise me that a place like Catalonia, with such a rich maritime heritage, would naturally have a vast seafood-based culinary tradition.
And it's not just about the variety available, Harish. It's about how deeply seafood culture is ingrained in everyday Spanish life. Fish isn't always the main course. Sometimes it's the appetizer, and other times, it's a star ingredient in paellas.
That's such a diverse use of one component. And here in New York, we tend to limit our seafood consumption to fancier occasions. I find it envious how this culture incorporates these marine goodies into everyday meals. But apart from seafood, you also mentioned something intriguing previously, something called jamón?
Yes, Harish jamón, the legendary Spanish dry-cured ham. This one's a delicacy that's deeply rooted in Spanish culture. The curing process itself can take up to 3 years to texture and imbue it with that distinct mix of sweet and salty flavor. There's something fascinating about the way traditionally crafted food items like this bring people together.
3 years. That's a lot of care and handling, and I'm sure it's worth it. However, the curiosity of knowing more about these traditional process and the anticipation of trying it is truly a part of the excitement. Oh, all the more reasons to explore, Sofia.
So, Harish, imagine strolling through a bustling lane filled with colors, scents, and sounds unique to Mercado La Boqueria. Doesn't just that thought have its charm?
You're painting quite a picture, Sofia. Between the vibrant atmosphere and the stories behind each stall, I feel like I'm already there.
And every stall has a story to tell, Harish. For example, consider the Alarcón family stall, one of the oldest in the market. Not many know, but Isabella Alarcón, the grandmother, started it as a tiny vegetables and fresh fruits outpost. Over generations, they expanded into exotic herbs and spices.
That's intriguing, Sofia. It's the quintessential small business success story. These tales breathe life into the understanding of these markets, adding a new depth to it.
Absolutely, and the personal touches these vendors add to their stalls are remarkable. Another heartwarming tale is of the Morales brother duo, famous for their imported cheeses. They've kept their father's legacy alive by featuring the queso del padre, a unique cheese blend based on their father's recipe, which has been a hit amongst locals and tourists alike.
Such anecdotes fascinate me, Sofia. These generations-old businesses, thriving and evolving, are testament to the enduring appeal of local fare. As they blend traditional methods with modern tastes, they create truly unforgettable gastronomic experiences.
And it's not just about the food. For instance, there's Mama Pilar, an 80-year-old vendor known more for her infectious laughter and sense of humor than her delicious homemade empanadas. She's truly become the heart and soul of the Mercado.
It's these personal experiences and connections that make local markets like Mercado La Boqueria more than just commercial spaces. They're living, breathing entities, each stall a world in itself, brimming with personality and history.
Harish, have you ever been curious how the stalls manage their vast seafood display, which, from the looks of it, is meticulously arranged every morning?
Well, the thought has crossed my mind. The sheer diversity of seafood is impressive.
Right? So who better to answer that than the man behind one of the famous seafood stalls here, Joseph Mariscos? Joseph, how do you balance quality with such a large collection?
Hello there, Sofia and Harish. The secret lies in sourcing directly from local fishermen. We've built a strong relationship with them over the years, so we always get the freshest catch, and we make sure it stays that way till it's sold.
That's remarkable, Joseph. You've built a relationship of trust, and that ultimately benefits the customers too. What are some of the local favorites?
Well, the langoustines and calamari fly off the counter quickly. We get fresh tuna too, but only on Tuesdays and Fridays, so people line up for that.
An amazing spectacle of demand meeting supply. Moving on to a vegetable stall, Enrique Verduras is with us. Enrique, what's special about your organic produce?
Hello, Sofia, Harish. First off, it's all local and seasonal, so what you get is fresh, organic and truly Spanish produce. Moreover, we try to educate our customers about the nutritional value and even share recipe tips. We believe food is more about an experience rather than just eating.
You've definitely made me more interested in your organic carrots, Enrique. It's fascinating how these stalls have their own stories and quirks.
Organic and locally sourced food represent a cornerstone in culinary experience. Now, Enrique, you're a seasoned vendor in organic produce. Do you see a significant difference in your customer preferences towards locally sourced products in this global village of diverse imported products?
Absolutely, Sofia. More and more people are conscious about their food choices, so they prefer organic and locally grown produce. This not only supports local farmers, but also promotes food sustainability. And about imported products, yes, we do have them as it offers variety, but our heart lies in local producers.
How do you think these imported products have shaped or influenced the local cuisine?
Well, Harish, imported products are usually luxury items or exotic ingredients that aren't native to Spain, like certain types of cheese or spices from Asia. This widens the culinary possibilities, but we are careful to preserve our traditional flavors. For instance, you'll still see paella crafted in its authentic form, but you might also come across a fusion dish inspired by international ingredients.
That's fascinating, Enrique. A breath of tradition entwined with a dash of global inspiration, all within the lively stalls of Mercado La Boqueria.
Absolutely, Sofia. It's like a mirror reflecting the culinary evolution of Barcelona. Traditional yet adaptive, regional yet global.
Just looking at the bustling seafood stalls here at Mercado La Boqueria, I feel like I've plunged into the heart of the ocean.
And it's not just any ocean, Sofia, but the Mediterranean. The addictive, salty scent, the lively shouting of vendors, the glossy sheen on fresh catches. This mix of sensory stimulations is something else.
Exactly, Harish. Each display's vibrant colors and variety are phenomenal. But you're not just going to observe, are you?
Oh, I was hoping for a culinary challenge. What do you propose?
Well, you're going to munch through a seafood plate containing Spain's local ocean gems, some of which might be a bit daring for your palate. Consider it as your seafood initiation.
I like the sound of that. Adventure on a plate.
Humor me, Harish. What would be out of your comfort zone?
Let's see. A general rule I follow while trying seafood is, the weirder it looks, the harder it is for me to eat.
That's an interesting rule. You'll need to be a bit more daring today, though. Look over there. That's the fresh gambas rojas, or red shrimp from Denaya, known as the crown jewel of Mediterranean seafood. It's very popular in Barcelona's haute cuisine.
Okay, that doesn't look so terrifying.
Good to hear. Let's add boquerones en vinagre, white anchovies marinated in vinegar, and percebes, goose barnacles, harvested in a death-defying manner from the Galician coast.
Well, I might have underestimated this challenge, but bring it on.
That's the spirit, Harish. Let's also toss in arizos de mar, sea urchins, which are a gastronomic delicacy. To complete the set, we can have a local churro vendor prepare some sweet palate cleansers for us.
Who knew exploring seafood could be this thrilling? Cheers to a culinary adventure.
To memorable food adventures at Barcelona's Mercado La Boqueria. So Harish, let's delve deeper into how this market, Mercado La Boqueria, influences Barcelona's cityscape, not just through its culinary scene, but also socioeconomically.
With pleasure, Sofia. It's evident that this marketplace plays an integral role in Barcelona's economy.
Right. Just look around us. From the bustling organic stalls, the import corners with exotic ingredients alluring food aficionados, to the seafood arenas displaying the ocean's bounty. It's a paradise for producers, vendors, and consumers.
Exactly. And the networking extends beyond the actual participants. Think about the tourists attracted from all corners of the world, tying travel industries and local commerce together.
And we can't ignore the restaurant owners and chefs sourcing high-quality, locally produced ingredients. The market's ripple effect prompts a thriving restaurant scene, propagating Barcelona's culinary reputation far and wide.
If you consider the range of careers in the market, Sofia, from fishmongers to stall owners importing exotic produce, it's an ecosystem sustaining livelihoods and perpetuating culinary wealth.
Beautifully put, Harish. And the significance goes beyond economics.
Exactly, Sofia. While we've been looking at the liveliness, it's essential to remember the cultural significance of these markets. They're keepers of heritage, tradition, and history.
They act as socio-cultural hubs, fostering connections as people meet, interact, and exchange goods and stories. They lend a unique identity to Barcelona's people and their gastronomic culture.
Mercado La Boqueria, then, holds a responsibility to uphold this Spanish gastronomic heritage, while simultaneously nourishing the city's culinary future.
Harish, Mercado La Boqueria seems to act as a sort of cultural melting pot, wouldn't you say?
Undoubtedly, Sofia. It's a microcosm of Barcelona's entire cultural and gastronomic identity. People of all walks of life converge here, all united by one common language, that of food and flavors.
Residents and travelers alike, locals procuring their daily groceries or tourists eyeing novel culinary delights, there's a shared excitement pulsating through these aisles. A sort of inflow and outflow of ideas, anecdotes, recipes that shape the city's gastronomic essence.
Moreover, it's these interactions and exchanges at the marketplace that subtly assist in shaping cultural norms, and by extension, create a sense of community.
You mentioned community, Harish. I've been noticing how the vendors, the patrons, even the casual visitors, they share this sense of belonging, don't they? The market isn't just about buying and selling goods. It's a commingle, a tapestry of diverse narratives all sewn together.
Absolutely, Sofia. This intricate weave of stories, emotions, and flavors gives Mercado La Boqueria its unique identity and defines the city's culinary heritage.
And its central location in the city. It's not just some random choice, is it? I believe it's strategically positioned there to encourage such meetings and interactions.
Without a doubt, Sofia. And imagine the culinary innovation that must stem from this confluence of local and global flavors. It's fascinating how the market allows for cultural borrowing, influencing Barcelona's culinary spectrum and bolstering its gastronomic growth.
Engaging with locals is a key way to understand the inner workings of a market. Let's chat with some patrons of Mercado La Boqueria.
Excellent idea, Sofia. Here's Senora Maria, a regular patron at this market.
Hola. I've been shopping here for years. You can find everything here. It's a delight. The produce is fresh and the vendors are familiar faces now. For me, it's about the relationship I've built with them over time.
That's insightful, Senora Maria. Tell us, how have you seen the market evolve over time?
It's been a roller coaster. New stalls have popped up offering more exotic food items, and there's a greater push towards organic, locally sourced items. The younger generation of vendors is actively adapting, while retaining the traditional essence.
Can you give us an example of any upcoming trends you've noticed in the market?
There is definitely an awareness about sustainable farming, and a shift towards organic produce. I've also noticed an uptake in vegan and gluten-free options. The market is modern, yet it respects its roots.
Sofia, it's enlightening to observe how locals like Senora Maria perceive the market. It's not just a shopping destination, but a social space packed with memories and interactions.
Absolutely, Harish. The setting of the market not only preserves traditional cuisines, but also encourages adaptability and innovation. This fusion of old and new continues to shape Barcelona's culinary scene. Senora Maria, thank you for your invaluable insights. One thing that always leaves me in awe is the constant blend of tradition and innovation observed in markets such as La Boqueria. However, Harish, you wanted to delve more into the societal impact. How can we uncover it beyond food?
That's true, Sofia. The market's impact is seen not just in the food it sells, but in the many narratives it weaves into the community. Let's get more insights from the locals. Here's Senor Pablo, a vendor selling olives for over 3 decades.
Hola? Yes, I've seen this market transform over the years. The market itself is like a mini society. Every stall has a story and a heritage. We are not just contributing to the economy, but also promoting our gastronomy globally.
Fascinating. So you believe La Boqueria has a significant cultural influence as well as an economic one?
Absolutely. For example, younger vendors have started incorporating global food trends, yet we still hold on to our traditional cooking techniques and ingredients. We've welcomed change while preserving our roots.
Senor Pablo, could you share some instances when the market spearheaded a trend or caused a significant impact in the local culinary scene?
Well, a few years back, we pioneered the farm-to-table campaign, encouraging restaurants to source directly from us. This trend picked up quite a bit and led to a greater emphasis on fresh, locally sourced produce in our local cuisine.
That's commendable. Such initiatives redefine the interaction between markets, restaurants, and patrons. It paints a vivid picture of not just a vibrant culinary setting, but a thriving, adaptive, and connected community.
Indeed, the thriving dynamism is remarkable. The market's influence, as Senor Pablo described, resonates throughout Barcelona's gastronomic sphere, which is quite enriching to uncover. Thank you, Senor Pablo. Folks, as the sun begins to set, the vibrant colors of Mercado de la Boqueria start to enhance, illuminating our journey today. Our bags are filled with fresh produce and bounties of vivid memories of this rich canvas that Barcelona has painted for us.
That's right, Harish. It's been quite a journey. I must say, the amount of passion and dedication that goes into each stall truly captivates me. Each vendor we met has enthusiastically shared their tales, their craft, making us feel a part of their lively space.
Yes, Sofia. It's easy to see how deeply interwoven this market is with the city's beating heart. From the bustling seafood avenues to the aristocratic jamón and cheese stalls, Mercado de la Boqueria is esteemed with Barcelona's culinary culture.
Exactly. And I appreciate the inclusivity that this market offers. Whether it's sourced locally or imported globally, each ingredient plays a significant role in the culinary palette of Barcelona. It has been thrilling to explore and understand these interconnections from the roots.
Absolutely, it's a testament to both tradition and evolution. Markets like La Boqueria not only nourish the city physically, but also culturally. It's fascinating how food can be so influential.
And as we immerse ourselves in this vivid mosaic, we are grateful to all vendors and locals who concluded our exploration with a big smile. Their stories and recipes have enriched our experience here at La Boqueria.
Indeed, Sofia. We're fortunate to have this platform to share these wonderful experiences. The world is full of such hidden gems, and there's so much to explore and share. Today we experienced a slice of Barcelona's rich culinary heritage, prominently showcased in every stall of Mercado de la Boqueria. Truly a sensory feast we surely are taking home.
How profound it is to think that a place like Mercado de la Boqueria serves as a lifeblood for Barcelona's culture.
Truly, Sofia. From the first sight of the vibrant archways to the last taste of Spanish dishes, it's a testament to the rich culinary canvas that this city offers.
Each vendor's story, each aroma wafting from the stalls, each smiling face we encountered on our journey through La Boqueria. They all came together to paint a vivid mosaic of flavors, colors, and cultures. It makes me wonder, Harish, what other fascinating markets await our exploration?
The world, Sofia, is our culinary playground. From the eastern spice bazaars to the artisanal markets of the West, each has its tales to narrate. Our journey today might have culminated here at La Boqueria, but the expedition of flavor discovery continues.
From the raucous cries of the vendors to the mellow flavors steeped in centuries-old recipes, we've experienced the pulse of Barcelona's culinary scene right here today. An extraordinary tale we had the privilege of discovering and relishing.
And we hope you, our listeners, felt the same magic that we did as we strolled through La Boqueria. As we sign off for today, here's a little hint for those eager to accompany us on our next edible escapade. We're charting a course northward, where the air will be filled not just with the scent of fresh produce, but also the rich aroma of roasting beans. Any guesses?